What's going on, everyone? Do you know what your employees truly are costing you? Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to calculate what your labor is actually costing you. And you might be surprised what it actually is. Hi there, my name is Scott Molchan, the Million Dollar Landscaper, and I'm a landscape business coach that helps landscapers make more profit by really understanding and diving into their numbers. In this video, I'm going to show you all the costs that really go into calculating what labor costs you. So let's get started. Now, one common mistake I do see landscapers make is not charging enough for their labor. They might be charging just their base pay. So if you're paying somebody 15, 18, 20 bucks an hour, and that's all you're charging the customer for, you're probably shortchanging yourself. There's additional costs that go into having that employee. And one of the things is it's called labor burden. Labor burden is basically like the taxation on labor. So it's an additional cost to having that employee that you may not even think about. It's going to be like your FICA, your FUTA, your SUTA, workman's comp. If you have any uh, general insurance policies, like an umbrella policy type of thing that goes into having employees, those are all costs to you and to your business. And you need to be charging your customers for that. Some of the other things I see people they may think about all the FICA, FUTA, and SUTA. Well, what about, any bonuses, any clothing allowance, boot allowance, insurance that you offer your team? What about, any vacation time, paid time off? Those are also additional costs. And it's very simple, very easy to kind of forget about these things. So I'm going to show you an easy way to really help calculate this out so you have a true understanding of what your numbers cost you. So let me pull this up on my screen here. Maybe. There we go. So inside our Million Dollar Academy, we have a labor and average wage calculator, which helps you calculate out what it actually truly costs you for your team. So let me make this bigger so you guys can actually see this. I got to go bigger than that. So hopefully you guys can see this on your screen here. So one of the first things you do when you hop in this calculator is we need to figure out what, your FICA, FUTA, and SUTA, all those rates are. So the FICA should be pretty much standard because it's been that way for a few years. But your SUTA is based on your state. So this is something you have to find out from your CPA. You can also find out if whoever does your payroll, they can tell you this stuff too. The next things we need to consider is like your workman's comp, general liability, those umbrella policies I was talking about. And again, this is stuff that you have to gather from your insurance company. And once you get that, you punch this stuff into the calculator. And then from there, you can start putting in your team members. So let me zoom in just to kind of show you some cost. I'll zoom in a little bit, but let's just say you have a team member, we'll say his name's Scott, and you pay him 20 bucks an hour. He works on the average 40 hours a week, and he might be getting, I don't know, we'll say 10 hours of overtime a week, and he works about, we'll say 38 weeks per year. It starts calculating it out. So he has a wage of $41,800 per year. Then we start adding in our FICA, our FUTA, SUTA, those types of things. Now, if you have a local tax rate, you can incorporate that too. But then you start seeing our workman's comp, a general liability. If you have an umbrella policy, that could be cost in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try making this a little bit bigger. So, and then this starts getting into some of the benefits. So if you offer your team some insurance or uniform pay or boot allowance, you can start putting that in here. So if we start putting in, we'll say we give the team, or each person $300 for clothing allowance and boot and all that stuff. And then we start getting into vacation time. So we'll just say they get 40 hours a week for vacation time, and we give them just 1 8-hour day for sick time. Now, we do go a little bit further and do unproductive time, but we're not going to talk about that today. So you can start seeing now, just having that employee, having those other things, labor is now costing you $7,571.02. That's in addition to that $41,000 of his base pay. So you start adding all these things up, it really starts costing you money if you're not charging enough for that customer. So in this calculator, we can help calculate out what you need to be charging for hour, with for all the benefits you offer your team. We do calculate in some overtime factor in there too, because we in our area we work overtime. So that $20 an hour employee is now costing you 30, it should be charging $35.84 for, to cover all those costs, which includes the vacation time, sick time, the clothing allowance, and now we start including overtime and a few other factors in here too. But you can see it starts adding up very quickly. So if you're only charging for $20 an hour for that employee, and your base pay should be $35.84, then you're missing out. So it's very important to start looking into what your employees are truly costing before you start estimating. And like I said, we do teach this inside our Million Dollar Academy. If you're interested in learning more, let me know. We can get you set up. But I also want to remind you guys, if you haven't grabbed it already, let me pull up my screen here. Maybe. We have our 2022 landscaping business guide or planning guide that I'd like for you guys to download. And my screen won't let me change. There it goes. Maybe. Here we go. Things weren't working out. So make sure you guys grab your guide to planning your 22 landscape season. This helps you look at, what went on last year, what went great, what didn't go so great, and that will help you figure out what you need to do in the future. So go to the milliondollarlandscaper.com. Actually, I'll pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it. It is www.milliondollarlandscaper.com/2022 guide. Grab your free download and get started planning so you have an awesome season this year. And again, this planner starts making you think about a bunch of these numbers. And that's why I've been going over the past few weeks talking about the different numbers that you really need to think about. The other day we talked about equipment costs, make sure you're charging enough for that. And now today we talked about labor. And remember, if you've never done anything like this before, don't let perfection get in your way. Just do it dirty, like we say. Actually, it's over here. Do it dirty. It's okay if you don't get it right the first time. You can always go back and fix it later. And for more great tips like this, check out our Million Dollar Academy, where we've got the training, we have the tools and the support that any landscaper needs who really wants to take control of their future and make 2022 the best season yet. All right, guys, if you're interested, I'll actually put it up on the screen. It's milliondollarlandscaper.com /academy. All right, guys, I hope you're having a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.